the participants. We are starting this session. Dear all, kindly confirm is it audible and visible to all of
Audible,
you?
sir?
Whether audio is clear to?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, so in this session, we will discuss about very important concept related to IoT in relation to security, privacy, and integrity. You might have seen that nowadays we are in the era of IoT or IoE, Internet of Things, Internet of Everything, and smartphone is one of the key segment in that. Nowadays, everybody is using some particular smart gadget, whether it is iPhone or Android phone or so many devices available, and all of us are connected with almost everything. Okay, so in this particular session, actually, currently we are having two sessions related to smartphone fingerprinting, Android app fingerprinting, and we will discuss how to check vulnerability, by which way we can secure ourselves from different assaults. Okay, you might have seen nowadays we are having lots of Android apps, iPhone apps, and many of these apps we directly download and install. Okay, as all of us are professionals, all of us are quite mature, but major problem is with youngsters, okay, with kids. Same phone we are using, and you might have experienced that in our home, same device is being used by youngsters, by kids. Okay, and they install some particular apps, some bidding apps, some particular gambling apps. Nowadays you might have seen Dream 11, My 11 Circle, MPL, hundreds of apps available, even within existing apps also. For example, within Google Pay or Paytm also, so many apps are integrated. Okay, so if some particular app is integrated in a very authentic app like Paytm, in that case it may be considered okay. But what about those apps which are directly available on different portals bypassing Google Play Store? As far as Google Play Store is concerned, you might have seen there is a term when we install a particular app, a specific term is mentioned like Google Play Protect. Okay, in that case it is fine, because Google anti malware software keep track of those things. But nowadays thousands of apps available which are directly available on different portals. Okay, you might have seen previously even Paytm was also banned by Google Play Store because of some suspicious activities. Okay, if we move back to some months, then Dream 11 was also banned by some particular portals like Google Play Store, but currently it is available. Okay, but major thing is that if we are downloading a particular app directly from some third party platforms, whether these are secured or not. First of all, we will make it very clear that we are not against any specific company, we are not against any particular organization or some particular app. In this particular session, we will see whether apps are secured or not. Okay, whether it is a gambling app or sports related, or it is related to some educational community, whatever it is. Okay, whether these are secured or not. Currently, you might have seen even those apps which are banned by government agencies, these are available on alternate sources. Okay, uh, if we discuss about TikTok, okay, if it is banned at some particular location, even then it is available on alternate sources. We can directly download its executable file. So as far as fingerprinting or vulnerability analysis is concerned, first of all we should be clear what about the executable part, what about the executable file of Android app. Okay, we will discuss it. We will start demonstration also very soon. But before any demonstration, first of all, we should be clear about the concepts. What is the base at each and every Android app? Whatever platform we use, for example, we are using Windows. Everybody knows that executable file of Windows is .exe. Okay. Exe file for Windows. In case of Linux, in case of Unix, we use .sh file. Okay, there are some other extensions also. These are executable extensions. In case of Android, we do not use exe file. For example, we want to install a particular app. So what is the extension of that particular app? That particular app extension is APK. So this thing we should be very clear. For example, we have installed Paytm in our mobile phone. It means that particular APK is available in our device. That APK is installed. APK means Android package. If you have installed Google Pay or Phone Pay or Paytm or whatever it is, Dream 11, in that case also APK is installed, because when we deploy our Android app on Google Play Store, in that case also we have to give them APK file. Okay, so at base of each and every Android app is APK, Android package. So when we analyze a particular app in terms of vulnerability analysis, we have to see whether that particular APK is secured or not, whether that particular APK programming is secured or not, whether some ethical points are considered in that particular implementation or not. As far as smartphone fingerprinting is concerned, app fingerprinting is concerned, what we do, what is the basic procedure? If we relate it with Windows, for example, we want to check whether a particular game is secured or not, whether a particular game is involved in some data leakage or not. So what we do, we check whether that particular exe file is programmed properly or not. In same way, what we do in case of Android, we decompile APK file. We decompile. Okay, this is known as decompilation. Decompilation means reverse engineering. When we integrate fingerprinting on any device or software, whether it is hardware or software. Okay, fingerprinting is not related only to software. Fingerprinting is related to hardware as well as software. Okay, so if we want to check whether a particular APK is secured or not, so what we do, we go for fingerprinting, we go for reverse engineering. What is reverse engineering? There are two types of engineering processes. One is forward engineering, ethical engineering. Second is reverse engineering. In forward engineering, what we do, from starting from problem statement to feasibility study, then designing some particular flow charts. Okay, after that we move to coding, testing, debugging, that we relate with with software development life cycle or traditional engineering process. Okay, whether you are from mechanical, electrical or IT domain. Okay, in mechanical also, first of all we draw some sketches. Before drawing some sketches, we go for problem statement, problem definition. Then from sketches we go for integration of spare parts. Okay, or development of spare parts. Then we go for its deployment. Okay, or assembly. That is forward engineering, that is ethical process. But is reverse engineering? Reverse engineering means we reverse that particular process from final product. We check which are different phases involved. From final product we check, okay, which type of programming is done, which type of parts are integrated, which types of modules are available, and whether these modules are breakable or not. That is known as backward engineering or reverse engineering. You might have seen, if we relate it with real world scenario, a particular mobile phone, a particular smartphone which is actually available in 90,000 rupees, same replica you can achieve, you can purchase in 8,000 rupees, in 6,000 rupees only, in same way. Okay, for example, somebody is having a Samsung phone of 50,000 rupees. Okay, its speaker is damaged. For example, actual original speaker is of 2,000 rupees, but in 250 rupees also, in 90 rupees also, that can be replaced. So how it is possible without testing? Actually, it is tested by reverse engineering. Using reverse engineering or backward engineering, it is identified that, okay, this type of module, this type of circuit, this type of spare can be attached, and it will be in working condition. Okay, quality may be compromised, definitely quality will be compromised, but it will work, okay, for the time being. This is soft backward engineering or reverse engineering. Same thing we perform in case of Android apps, in case of iPhone apps. For example, we are having a particular APK file, we go for decompilation. This is known as decompilation. Actually, compilation term is related to computer science. Okay, if we move to civil, electrical, mechanical, metallurgy, in that case, we do not use the term compilation. We use the term engineering. Okay, so decompilation or reverse engineering means to identify each and every component of a particular final product, to check different key points, to check different vulnerability points, at which particular point it can be broken, which particular segment or which particular module is vulnerable. Okay, that is the evaluation part. Okay, and as far as APK decompilation is concerned, there are two segments, there are two parts. One is partial decompilation and second is full. At end of this session, I will share this PPT, I will share this presentation to all of you. Okay, in this presentation everything is mentioned, different sources, how to work on decompilation, each and so whatever we will perform in terms of demonstration, every screenshot is already taken, and I will share this presentation to all of you. Okay, now, so you can see in this presentation, in this particular slide, two types of reverse engineering, two types of vulnerability analysis in smartphone fingerprinting. One is partial decompilation and second is full decompilation. If we want to check whether a particular app is secured or not, first of all, we should be clear about its programming part. In which particular programming language that app is developed. Everybody knows that all APKs, all Android apps are developed in Java. So base programming language of APK is Java. Okay, nowadays so many other platforms are available, like we can work on Angular JS, we can work on some other platforms like Node.js also. Okay, but mostly APK files are developed and deployed using Java platform. Okay, Android Studio, that is also compatible with Java. Okay, so when we go for partial decompilation, then what we do, we can decompile each and every segment to Java code. Okay, to Java as well as XML code, but not 100%. We can say that, okay, 20 to 30% code can be decompiled. We can extract around 30% code from entire APK. But our work can be done. Okay, to some extent we can analyze. To some extent means, for example, we want to check which permissions are associated with this particular app, which type of permissions, which type of resources, what about the payload. Okay, which type of images are integrated. So what is need of analysis of permissions? In general, what we do, for example, some particular APK is not available on Google Play Store. If we take example of TikTok, okay, or if we take example of any other like PUBG, okay, or any other app, or variant of Netflix, which is available in any other country, okay, not in India. Okay, in within India we can download it from Google Play Store. But what about the variant of PUBG or Netflix in South Korea or in North Korea or in Europe? because all of these variants are different. Okay, because same app is not deployed at every location in same interface. Interfaces are different, programming concepts are different, databases are different. Okay, so if we want to check, for example, some you might have seen that nowadays specifically youngsters, specifically school going or college going persons, they what they do, they identify sources of those apk files. For example, on abc.com this apk is available, they download it. So before downloading or before installation of that particular app in our phone, we can check different vulnerabilities. For example, some gambling app is available, some crypto app is available. Okay, some cryptography, some particular cryptocurrency app is available. Okay, we want to check before installation in our phone whether it is secure or not. So we can do that. Dear participants, kindly mute your mic when mic is on. Dear participants, kindly mute your mic.
Sir, I've muted. Please continue.
Okay, so for example, somebody has taken a particular app from third party source. Okay, so first of all, we'll see which are those third party sources. apkpure.com. On this platform, you can get access to any app, even those apps which are not allowed, which are banned by government agencies, which are not allowed by law enforcement agencies. Okay, and specifically youngsters, specifically uh, school going or college going children, they download some apps. Okay, you might have seen nowadays there is a very common trend of gambling or betting apps. Okay, just spend 20 rupees or 30 rupees and you will get 200 rupees or 2000 rupees. And just to gain that particular amount, they download some apps from other sources. Okay, so many apps available, so many platforms available. apkmirror.com is also available. Okay, you can directly download, you can directly search apk repositories. You might have seen the same thing happens in case of torrent. So people download some movies or some songs from other sources. Okay, so this is apk mirror. So from these portals, and thousands of portals available, from these portals you can download apk directly. You can see even apks of whatsapp, instagram, everything is available. If we take for example paytm, okay, so you can see that so many variants of paytm available. Paytm canada, pre paytm cash. Okay, so multiple variants of single app available on these portals. So before, one more thing, many times corporates, many times institutes or some particular companies also deploy or upload apk directly on some portal without uploading on google play store. Why? For example, some particular company wish to communicate with their employees. Okay, so obviously that particular app should be secured, that particular apk should be secured. So what they do, they can upload on their own website, and they will not upload that particular apk on google play store, because uh, anybody else outside the organization has nothing to do with that particular app. Okay, only employees of that particular company will use it. So what companies may do, they can upload apk on their own website. For example, abc.com is the company, abc private limited, and app or apk of that particular software of that particular smartphone app is uploaded on abc.com. And employees can directly download it. So before installation of those apps, what we can do, we can check how much these apps are secured. On same mobile, on same smartphone, you are using net banking, you are working on stock trading. Okay, you are working on your ERP system. On same device you are using these apps. So you can imagine the level of vulnerability. You can imagine what can happen to your accounts. You might have seen, after moving to home, children take a particular device and they do whatever they want to do with that particular phone. They install some particular apps. So whosoever is sending a particular link of APK to WhatsApp, simply download and install without checking whether it is protected from Google Play Store or not, from Google Play Protect or not. Okay, so we have to check, we have to see whether these apps, whether these APKs are secured or not. Up to this point, is it clear to all of you? Kindly confirm. Remote centers, kindly confirm. Up to this point, are you getting whatever we are covering here? In chat, kindly respond. What is our major concern?
Sir, one question from my side.
Yes, sir, please, sir.
सर, जो आप ये बता रहे हैं apkpure.com या कुछ भी है, तो हाउ कैन मींस we need to take care of these apps? Like someone should not be downloading any content from these particular apps.
Yes,
It is
sir.
what you are suggesting here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our major concern is that apps or any software from these third party apps should be avoided. We should not download and install. Even for example, you think that some particular app is very beneficial, it can be it may be useful for our application. In that case, we have to fingerprint it, we have to check it. Okay, so first point is that avoidance. If we think that some particular app, some particular utility is useful, in that case we have to check whether that APK is secured or not.
Sir,
Is it clear, sir?
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Actually, is there any tool to get the Java files and XML files, complete files from?
Yes, sir. I'm covering that point. I'm coming to those points. Okay. So very soon we will go for the demonstration part, because before demonstration we should be clear about different concepts, different pros and cons, and after that we will move to the demonstration. Okay. So you can see that APK mirror is there. We are not saying, first of all, it should be clear that we are not saying that each and every app is corrupt here. 100% apps are not useful. Many of the apps may be useful. For example, I want to use a particular app for my income tax return. I want to create a balance sheet. I want to create a profit loss account. That particular app is not available on Google Play Store. Okay, for example, some utility, some business or some official utility is available on these apps. But before downloading and installation, we have to check whether these apps are involved in data leakage or not, whether these apps are involved in data sniffing or not. Okay.
Yes.
So now we are starting that demonstration part. Dear participants, first of all, we are covering. Dear participants, first of all, we are covering the content, including.
Manoj sir, do you have any question?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Hanji.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please.
You talked about Google Play, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, the apps available on the Google Play are really safe.
Yes, because Google Play makes use of anti-malware mechanism, and they check whether these apps are secured or not. You might have seen Google Play Store keeps on debarring or banning some particular apps very frequently. So whenever they see there is some particular malware or some data sniffing attempt, they can ban it. So that's why we can rely on Google Play, because they are having anti-malware mechanism with their algorithm, with their module Google Play Protect. Okay, and beyond these, uh, we have to check whether some particular apps or APKs are secured or not. That we are covering just now.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And one more thing, dear participants, now we are starting the demonstration part, and we will use different tools. After covering all the contents as well as demonstration, we will take your queries. Okay, so at end of the session, you will be given time for your queries. You can ask all of your queries at that particular time. In between the session, it may be difficult because in that particular case contents may be skipped. Okay, if we will discuss within this session, so I request all participants uh, to wait till end of the session, and in last 10 to 15 minutes we will discuss about each of your query. Okay, now we will see which are those platforms available, which are those utilities available for Android app decompilation or smartphone app fingerprinting. So first, you can see that as far as backend of APK, backend fingerprinting of smartphone is concerned, specifically to Android, there is a specific file that is known as DEX file. In case of Windows, there is exe file. In case of uh, APK, in case of Android, there is DEX file. So with each and every APK file, there is DEX file that is known as Dalvik executable. And DEX file is executed on DVM, Dalvik virtual machine. If we relate it with Windows, in case of Windows, there is JVM and JRE. So class file of APK is DEX. DEX is executed on DVM. DEX, DVM, both are available in Android-based smartphones. Okay, so what we do, we check whether that particular Dalvik executable is secured or not. Or you can relate DEX with bytecode. In case of Java, there is a particular term bytecode. You might have, if you have worked on Java programming, then what we do, from program file, from Java file, we move to class file. Okay, so class file of APK or class file of Android APK is DEX file. Okay, that is known as bytecode, and that particular bytecode is executed on smartphone. If we are able to identify vulnerabilities in that particular bytecode or DEX, then we can check whether these are vulnerable or these are secured. Now, so these are different links which I have already shown: APK Pure, APK Mirror, Android APKs free, apkcombo.com. Thousands of apps available, thousands of platforms available from where you can get access to these apps. Okay, now we will see which are those platforms for Android app fingerprinting and vulnerability analysis. Android APT. Very first utility that we will use for fingerprinting of smartphone app, that is Android APT. It is free utility available, and we can decompile any APK file using this particular tool. Very lightweight utility. So we will see how to use this. So this software I have already installed. I will share this link. I will share this particular tool to all of you at end of this session. So you can see this Android APT. Few APKs I have already installed. I have already downloaded for demonstration. So you can see this is dream11.apk, Google Play Music, Cash Club. This is gambling app, Zoom Cloud Meeting. You might have seen that at the initial time of lockdown, Zoom was banned by government agencies because it was suspected that it is involved in some data leakage, or it is sending some data to other countries. So we will see whether it is true or not. Okay, so at the time when we downloaded this app, so you can see this date is mentioned. We can analyze whether it is true or not, which are different permissions associated with it. So this utility we have downloaded, you can take it. Okay. So this utility I will provide you. Now I'm opening command prompt. Okay. For example, this, and I will move to that particular location where that Android APT app is available, this utility is available. So you can see that at one side I'm having these APKs, and in parallel we are having this particular command prompt. Okay, so now we will see evaluation part of this APK file. We want to check whether it is secured or not. dream11.apk apt-d. So you can see that without installation, I am not installing it in mobile phone. We are not installing it in any particular emulator, because in Windows also, in laptops also, so many emulators available. We can download any APK, we can install any APK file. But our main purpose is, without installation, how to check whether these APKs are secured or not. apt-d permissions. I want to check permissions of dream11.apk. So you can see that with this single command apt-d, d for display, okay, d permissions dream11. So you can see that without installation, we come to know that this is the XML code. Okay, these are different permissions. Which are permissions? Read external storage. It means your SD card. Okay, read and write external storage. It means it can access and it can download any file to your SD card. Internet, access Wi-Fi state, installation of packages, download without notification, one of the very dangerous permission. Without notification, without confirmation, it can download any particular software, any utility. Okay, many times we come to know about that confirmation dialog box, yes or no, cancel, confirm. But if this permission is available, if this software is installed, in that case there is no need to ask confirmation. Okay, if we want to see some other, for example, we want to see same thing with Zoom cloud meetings. So you can see that read write external storage, record audio, camera, Bluetooth admin is also available. So you can see that it means every right, every privilege you are giving to this particular app. Use fingerprint. Whatever fingerprint you have put, you have saved, it can access. Many times you have seen, you have studied different news reports that somebody's fingerprints are accessed, and using those fingerprints, some particular services highlighted, some particular service is accessed. Okay, somebody's bank account, somebody's files are taken. Okay, so you can see that without installation we can see different permissions. So you can see that access course location, access find location, it means your exact longitude, latitude, your exact position, your accurate location can be identified. It means, and along with that, your complete calendar, your complete access of calendar activities. Okay, so with this, you can check for any other. Okay. Okay, so you can see if you want to see resources. Okay, so APTD resources for which particular app? Opera Mini. So this is known as decompilation part. So we are accessing XML files, we are accessing Java files, strings. Okay, so different files we can access. Different layouts, different activities, or in broader terms, we want to see permissions. It can be permissions, Nova Cache Club. So you can see that push messages, installation of packages, kill background processes. Another very dangerous permission, killing background processes. By which way uh, it is one of the very dangerous permission. You might have seen, even if somebody has installed antivirus or firewall, even then malware can attack that smartphone. Why? Because such type of apps, such type of APKs, first of all disable background processes. They can disable firewalls. If some particular APK is installed in this, in which such type of permissions are available, first of all, they will deactivate your firewall. They will deactivate your network settings. Okay, according to their own attack. And after that, they can extract data. They can sniff some particular information. For example, in some particular app, screenshots are disabled, so that particular activity can be deactivated using such type of APKs. So we have to be very careful while installation and working with such type of APKs. Okay, access Wi-Fi state, read phone state, so everything can be accessed. So this is very first utility, Android APT, which you can directly take. It is freely available. I will share this file, this particular executable to all of you at end of this session. Okay. Screenshots of each and every activity, each and every execution is available in this PPT. So how to work on that? So you can see that in this presentation, by which way we can go for permissions, we can evaluate different key points. So you can refer that. Now we will see another platform, another toolkit for smartphone fingerprinting, that is known as Androbugs framework. Freely available on GitHub, cross platform. If you are working on Linux, Unix, or Mac, or Windows, on any operating system, we can work with this particular framework for fingerprinting of Android apps. Which type of vulnerabilities we can analyze, we can extract? So you can see that whether code is malicious or not, security permissions, different types of permissions, different types of commands, whether a particular code is properly written or not. Because when we go for software development or developing any particular application, our code should be secured. It should be free from SQL injections. It should be free from any particular attack. So using this particular framework, we can check whether a specific APK is secured. So this software also I have already installed. Okay. Andro bugs. In same way, we can work with it. So you can see some particular APK. So this is, for example, this is financial transaction based APK file. We are placing it in same folder. Okay. So this is finapp.apk. And we want to analyze. So simply with this particular command, andro bugs, so it will check different vulnerabilities. Simply andro bugs -f for file, this is a switch, and whatever APK file. So you can see that it is identifying different hashes in which particular SDK this APK is developed. For SDK 23, for which particular platform it will work, for Android. So it is scanning this particular app and we will get its detailed report. Its report will be generated in this particular folder, reports folder. Okay, so these screenshots are also available on this particular presentation, so you will get access to it. Okay, and if you want to see a particular report, so this report generated by andro bugs, and we can see different critical points, different moderate points or critical points. So you can see that this is very dangerous, and it has identified that attacker will be able to sniff debug messages by logcat. Okay, and it is giving suggestions also that which particular activities we have to enable or disable, allowing other apps to access it. Critical content provider, it means other apps can access data, other websites can access your database. So I'm zooming it. So this detailed report generated by andro bugs, you can pass any APK file. Vulnerable content providers, so you can see injection vulnerability. Injection vulnerability means SQL injections, database injections can be put. What is meaning of database injection? For example, we are having a login page. Okay, login password. Some special characters can be put to bypass that particular activity. For example, there is a particular page. Okay, there is a specific screen with login and password, username and password. If we put some specific special characters, then that particular login page can be bypassed to admin account. So what is that? What is special character? Which are those special characters? This is special character: username, okay, password, 1 or 1 is equal to, this is special character for SQL injection which is provided here. Content provider injection vulnerability. So if anybody will put this in username and this in password, in that case admin account can be accessed, admin activities, admin dashboard can be accessed. Why? Because at backend what happens, when we specify username and password at backend, this query is fired. Select star from table name where username is equal to whatever we put and password is equal to whatever we put. Okay, so these two conditions should be true. If this is true, if username is true and password is false, access denied. If password is true, username is false, access denied, login failed. If both are true, login successful. So we can put a particular string which is globally true. So if I copy and paste here, so you can see 1 or 1, this 1 or 1 is 1 and this is true, it is equivalent to true. So mathematically this is true, this is also true. So if we are able to put a mathematical equation, a mathematical expression in username and password, in that case it will act as SQL injection and it can bypass security mechanisms. So whatever app is giving this type of vulnerability, injection vulnerability, in that case that username and password page, that screen can be bypassed. You can see other activities, other vulnerabilities. Information disclosure vulnerability. Information disclosure means your fingerprints, your biometric, your facial expressions. Many times we give our facial expressions. You might have seen nowadays in many net banking apps, fingerprints are activated. Okay, in stock market, in stock trading apps, whether you are using Zerodha or Upstocks or whatever it is. So many stock trading, many market trading apps have implemented biometric. So you can imagine what can happen to your account if such type of apps we are using in our mobile phone, and on same phone we are using stock trading, we are working on net banking, we are using IMPS or UPI. Other things, save credentials, very dangerous app, very dangerous permission. Save credentials means whatever you are specifying. For example, you have mentioned your UPI pin, so it can be saved. That can be saved, your UPI pin. Okay, whatever credentials you are specifying, these can be saved. Even if application, even if website is saying that, app is saying that we are not saving your credit card number, we are not saving your CVV, but these can be deactivated by such type of apps, by background killing. Okay, they can deactivate specific services and they can capture screenshot whatever CVV you have put, whatever card number you have specified. So many other, you can see that it is a detailed document. So HTTP URL checking. So you can see that getting IMEI and device ID, sensitive information leakage. So this report generated by Androbugs, getting IMEI number and device ID. So what will happen if your IMEI number will be disclosed, if it is saved by some app? What is limitation in that? Very simple. Your SIM card cloning can be done. Your card can be cloned. If if mobile number is disclosed, it is fine because mobile number is not has nothing to do with privacy. We want that most of the people should know my mobile number. Okay, just for marketing. But everybody want that their IMEI number should not be disclosed. Your laptop's MAC address should not be disclosed. Your hard disk number should not be disclosed. If your hard disk number, if your RAM ID, if your IMEI number, if these sensitive informations are disclosed, in that case it will be problem. If somebody knows your bank account number, then there is no problem. Okay, they can send you some amount. That is fine for us. Okay, but if somebody knows your customer ID, it is problem. Why it is problem? If somebody knows your customer ID of HDFC or SBI, anybody can block your account in 2 to 3 minutes. Is it true or not? If I know somebody's customer ID, only customer ID, no need of password, no need of first name, last name, simply with customer ID, we can block anybody's bank account, anybody's net banking. You might have seen when we log into net banking, in some way, in some portals, 3 unsuccessful login, in some 5 unsuccessful login. For example, I know somebody's customer ID. Okay, simply I will put customer ID and password anything and login. So I will do it 3 to 5 times, and that person's net banking will be blocked for some hours or in indefinitely till that person will move to the base branch. Is it true or not? In most of the banks it is implemented. If you are attempting invalid username and password with your net banking, in that case your account will be blocked, so that person will have to move to the bank branch. So however, nothing is achieved by that person, but just for fun somebody's time is wasted. If somebody is in need of money, in that case that person is struggling for on money, even that amount can't be taken from ATM also, because bank account is locked because of unsuccessful login attempts. Okay, so sensitive information, so it should be seen. Okay, so you can see that allow all host name verifiers. It means everybody will be allowed. No system level critical use permissions. So you can see that. And how much time it took in generating this report? Only, you can see that, 19 seconds. In only 19 seconds it has evaluated complete information about that particular APK. And another permission, you can see that access mock location. For example, you are using some particular device, you are using a particular software like VPN or third party. In that case also your exact location can be accessed, even if you are using VPN, because we think that with specific proxies or VPN we will be secured, but everything can be accessed if we are working with such type of platforms, with such type of libraries which are insecure. Okay, so you can see that such type of report is generated in reports folder. So any app you can specify. For example, we want to see for a specific app, dream11.apk, my11 circle, or whatever it is. Okay, so again we are specifying that we are not highlighting any app, we are not saying that all apps are under such particular categories. Okay, but we have to be very very cautious while using these platforms. Okay, Andro bugs. And so this presentation, this particular PPT I'm sharing to all of you so that you can work on that. All screenshots are available here. This utility also I'm giving so that you will be able to work on it. AAPT Windows. You can download APKs separately. So I'm taking only this dex dump. So I'm uploading this presentation and software on cloud. Its link will be shared to all of you. Dear participants, link of this presentation is shared in chat window. Kindly confirm, is it downloadable or not? Link of this presentation is shared in chat window. Simply click on this link and download, and kindly confirm, is it downloadable or not? And session is open for your queries. If any participant wish to communicate any query, if you want to download it, if somebody is not having access to this URL, simply open this website wikisend.com. It will ask to download. It will ask for download ID, file ID. File ID is 656710. Okay, open this website. Open this link wikisend.com. Wikisend.com. Click download. It will ask file ID. File ID is 656710. If somebody is not having access to this link,
Hello.
yes, any query you can.
Sir, you talked about two apps. Hello.
Yes, sir, we have discussed two apps,
Sir,
Android APT and
yeah,
and
AAPT and Android bug, no?
yes, sir.
Sir, is it only for Android apps or for any kind of app we can decompile?
These are available for Android apps. Okay, for iPhone, for other platforms, we have to move to cloud. So cloud-based platform. So we will discuss that part
So
also.
these are only for Android app, no? Not for Windows or any other kind of app.
No, these are only for Android. For Windows also we can work. Okay, in next session we will discuss that particular part, how to go for decompilation of different types of apps.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Sir, I think next section will be there that we can download the Java files, jar files, XML files from APK.
Yes, definitely. I will cover in next session. So that will be covered. So up to now we have discussed about partial decompilation. In next session we will cover full decompilation like XML, Java, each and everything, how to decompile, how to extract.
Okay, sir.
Is it downloaded to all of you? Yes. If any participant wish to communicate, you can unmute or you can write your queries in chat. In next session, we will see how to work on full decompilation using free and open source tool. Along with that, how to work on cloud-based platforms. If you don't want to install anything, if you don't want to use any internal or external command, then lots of cloud services available. On those cloud applications, we can simply upload that executable file of smartphone, and it will generate a detailed fingerprinting report. Along with that, in next session, we will discuss by which way we can access remote data from somebody's device, how to access data using phishing links. So we have to be very, very cautious regarding phishing links. So we will lots of platforms, lots of portals available for generation of phishing URLs. We will see that part also, and by which way we can extract information related to image exif, image data. Okay, so different utilities we will explore in upcoming session. Up to this point, if you have any query, you can unmute or you can write in chat. After
Gaurav,
the
sir, we can take the queries after the tea break now. So we can break for tea now. So,
okay, sir.
dear participants, we will break for tea, and we'll be back by another 15 minutes.
Kamal, I wanted to ask one question.
Yes, Rakesh sir.
If decompilation is permitted under IPR Act,
Yes, sir. Definitely, it is allowed. It is permitted under IPR because, as far as decompilation is concerned, we are not using decompiled code for cloning. If we are using that particular part for cloning to generate a new app, in that case, it will be illegal and it will be a punishable offense under IT Act. But if we are only analyzing a specific software or hardware, in that case, it is fine. We can work on that. It is a part of research and development. So we are doing research on a specific software or hardware. But if after doing research we are exploiting, in that case it is punishable offense.
then who will demarcate that this is up to research level and this is beyond that? How will be it demarcated?
Actually, sir, it will be identified at the time of implementation. For example, we have decompiled Paytm, and we are creating a replica of Paytm. So in that case, there will be a complaint. There will be some particular suit. But if we are analyzing any app, whether it is PhonePe, Paytm, or whatever it is, and just for research, in that case, it is there is no problem. Okay, if we are not giving threat, if we are not exploiting any code, just for our research work.
Then we have, do you have to convey that this is up to this level? We are going to go beyond this. We will not be going.
Yes, sir.
How will it be known that that's the reason I was asking you? How will it be demarcated that this is up to research level and this is beyond research level? Who will demarcate it?
Sir, if we are analyzing within a particular premises, within a particular organization, just for our research level, we are not broadcasting that vulnerability. For example, some vulnerabilities are identified, and we are intimating to that particular organization only. In that case, it is fine. We are intimating to that, but we should not disclose it. But if we are broadcasting those vulnerabilities to social media, to other parties, in that case, it will be a problem. In that case, it will be punishable.
Okay.